Recent reports are that Putin has guaranteed China an extra 10 billion cubic meters of gas so they don't run out of fuel and they can keep on making global warming. Dan McTeague knows all about gas and oil and prices. He joins me right now because there's so many aspects to this. First of all, does this guarantee that global warming is going to be keeping fired up with all that natural gas going to China?
Yeah, I think our European friends know a little bit about climate change and, of course,
Yes.
objectives to achieve that, and how unachievable it becomes when a country like Russia decides to, as it were, turn off the pipe.
Right.
The reality, however, is that natural gas may very well make itself into other markets, most notably Asia, and in particular China. So 1/3 of what Russia has been able to produce now is heading earmarked potentially for China as a way of saying, if we get sanctioned, if there is an attack, if we decide to launch an invasion in the Ukraine, they have a market, they have a place where they can dump their products and continue to, as it were, survive politically and economically.
Does this signal the solidification of an axis between Russia and Communist China to allow Russia to deal with Ukraine as it wants, so the West doesn't act, and for after the Olympics, for China to deal with Taiwan? Are they so tightly knit now that the West should be afraid?
Well, they've shared a common border for thousands of years,
yeah.
And have gone to war.
Yes.
And also shared similar ideologies. It would appear that when it comes to authoritarianism, acquisition of land, human rights, they seem to be on the same page. And
yeah, they have gone to war many times,
yes.
World War II, but now they're on the same page. Is that worrisome?
It should be worrisome. It does mean that we have very few cards to play. I mean, we have NATO, our alliance, that can push back a little bit on this. But when you have two large superpowers who don't just have control of the UN Security Council and have vetoes, they now actually have the ability to both be considered superpowers who can equal, rival, and perhaps displace countries like the United States in terms of their political capital and their military capital.
So is the future that it's going to be that axis against NATO and North America?
I think the future is really coming back to energy. I think the fact that whoever controls the amount of energy can keep places like Europe on their knees as long as they want. As long as Europeans have said, hey, we're not interested in protecting ourselves. We want to go down this road of green energy. We want to think renewables can somehow get us out of this problem. The reality, I think, is it's playing into the hands of people like Vladimir Putin, and certainly news and music to the ears of President Xi.
10 seconds. Does this mean that there could be a brighter future for Canada because we have all that oil and gas?
I think it would be a great opportunity for us to realize how the world has changed. And the world is changing, and it could be Canada's advantage if only we'd stop blocking pipelines in this country.
So for change. 3 minutes. As you can tell from what you just heard and saw, there are a lot of issues that have to be decided in Canada, and we need independent analysis of them. So help us stay on the air. Subscribe, tell your friends, PayPal, and thanks for watching.